when I went on to Amazon, uh, 130 quid. I went, I, washed the old eyes. I thought, what? 130 quid? So I went on to a network on air. It's not even on there anymore. There's 4 or 5 series, individual series, but some are 4 quid, some are 8 quid. And I'm like, what the hell's gone off here? But if it ever does come available again and it's at a decent price, about what it was before, about 18, 17 quid, I would heartily recommend Who Done It. Especially season, but with that you've got to like concentrate on it because it could be anything from a sleight of hand. Like there's one which oh, features an actor. I don't know his name, but I know he played the gay character in the film version of Man About the House with where he's got Melvin Hayes as his boyfriend, and he's also in briefly uh, Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. It's one of the inmates. Um, it's all about doing this play or something, or this film, and one of the actors who was a bit of an alcoholic, he supposed to like die in the film or the play, and he actually dies for real, and they realise he's been poisoned. But in the flashback, he has like a half bottle of 50ml bottle of whiskey, and he has a swig out of it. And then Will plays the gay character in Man About the House. Um, he puts it in his left pocket, but when the director asks for the bottle of whiskey, and you don't see it till afterwards, but you see it in the thing. But um, if you've not paid attention, you'll miss it. He pulls the bottle out of his right pocket, and that was the only clue. And he said, and then John Pertwee goes, the clue was the whiskey. You see, first of all, he puts a bottle of whiskey which he had a sprig out of in his left pocket, but when the director asks for it, he pulls out his right pocket. And if you look at the levels, the bottle he pulls out of his pocket is that far from the top, but the one that he drunk out of is that far from the top. And that's something I'd missed. But it is a good show, and it's a joy to watch. And all the actors that appear in the reenactments and try to solve the crimes. Honestly, it's a wall to wall. Who's done it of great actors. And in one episode, it features Nina Baden Semper and Jack. Not Jack. Jack Smethurst. That's about the size you got when you come for your snap here. No one don't last 2 seconds. Feed me. Oh. Yeah. Bit like my Freddie Mercury face mask. Yeah, I'm looking forward to our long overdue P&J session. It's been a long time coming. Jesus Christ, it's like a basking shark feeding on krill. Yeah, it were a shame that our last sessions in September, well, the last one was a bit of a washout due to no one's fault. But oh, that Tate's fish and chips. You know, it makes me laugh. You remember there were two occasions that me and you had curry, rice, and chips, and on two occasions we've had to ditch them, haven't we?
Yeah.
First time in Moorends when I went bloody hell, that's the bus. Be like Jesus. We had to like leg it to bloody bus stop, which we made it. But then we're like, and it's like you can't bring that on board. What we should have done, we should have just wrapped it up and then gone upstairs, wrapped it up, and just quietly ate it out of sight. And the second time, I believe, was in Rawcliffe because Tate's was shut. But that batter though, oh, that batter. I mean, when I went with our lass to Tate's a few weeks back, first time, and New Orleans had taken over, and as soon as I crunched into that batter and that fish, it was like um, it was like it had never gone away. It was just top notch grub. And I said, "What's your secret?" I said, "It's like the original owners of Tate's hadn't left." I said, "Oh, we can't tell you." And then there was that one day I went to bloody Tate's, and I hadn't ordered, but I was waiting. And then I noticed one by one, people who also hadn't ordered were getting served before me. And I'm thinking, well, this ain't bloody right. So in the end, I popped in. I says, "Hey, excuse me, how come people who also haven't ordered are getting their stuff before me, and I'm stood out here like a lemon?" "Oh, sorry, we thought you'd been served." I said, "Well, obviously I haven't because I'm still here." I give you a clue to a film I'm busy watching now with sound off. This chap with white trousers, like a beige waistcoat, is getting into his white Mercedes, and he's just driving off, being pursued by his host, and he's following him in a cream Land Rover. What film do you think it is?
No idea.
He's chasing him in a Land Rover, and he's in a white Mercedes. Um, how can I put it? The person being chased is Michael Gambon.
The fuck's in there with me?
Huh?
The fuck's in that car with me?
Is that me?
No, it's that B. Bloody right, son, innit?
What's the new effect?
Driving the motorway in a battered car.
back in the momentum for the last 10 minutes. Oh, fuck. I'm all stiff. Oh. Yeah.
It's not got yet soon. Getting up early.
Well, like I said, 10 minutes, we're done.
Yeah.
The film I'm referring to includes a break. Can you guess who it is?
Werewolf break.
Yes. What I was on
Like
about was
the woman being followed.
yeah, that was a scene where Michael Gambon walks out of the greenhouse to his white Mercedes, followed by Calvin Lockhart in the cream-coloured Land Rover, and is in pursuit to try and stop him, which he's just done. When all he's got to do is get back in the car and get past him. Oh. You know what? You know that Prince Philip post? It was strange that because have you seen that video? I got this notification which said Jeff Horn has shared this thing with you. Or no, has only shown it to you or something. I'm thinking, what's all this about? Oh, a picture. When it was a picture. Probably Facebook being playing silly buggers again.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like I said, personally, I wasn't really that bothered because, I mean, he was 99 years of age. I mean, it's still sad about Queen, obviously, like, you know, it's natural. But it's just that the saturation on news and media was just too much. I mean, they're kind of people, they've got access to the world's best physicians and consultants where, you know, we're not that lucky. So I wasn't that bothered about it. Like, just too much saturation on media. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to next week. I'm going to put together a list of the films, because you twat, you've created a humongous bastard moment for me, or bastard moments. I hope you're proud. Yeah. Oh, look what I've got here. Big box set with The Big Job, and this and that. Oh, look what I've got here. Raising the Wind. Oh, I've secured Please Turn Over. Oh, what I've got.
Nope.
Dentist on the Job.
Dentist on the Job. Raising the Wind. Oh, you have another one which I've got. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, fuck's sake.
Names?
Oh yeah. Watch Your Stern.
Yeah, I really can remember that one. Is it Atty Jake, Sid James?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that for a long time. But there's some, and obviously I put you on to Two-Way Stretch, Wrong Arm the Law, I'm Alright Jack, and I would also recommend The Fast Lady and Father Came Too. Both of which star Stanley Baxter, James Robertson Justice, Leslie Phillips, and in The Fast Lady there's a cameo by Dick Emery. That looks like pissing Nelson, that. Don't tell Thomas McCool. And School for Scoundrels. You must get School for Scoundrels. Dennis Price. I mean, Ian Carmichael is in it. Hattie Jakes. And there's one. Oh, there's you know it's frustrating when you know the film. It's an Ealing comedy. Oh no, it stars Alec Guinness, Alfie Bass, Sid James, and it's all to do with this gold bullion robbery. Where Alec Guinness plays victim, and all the gold is melted down and made in to look like models of the Eiffel Tower, but painted silver. Hey, that's good.
You still love me.
But I can't remember what that bloody film's called, and it's annoying. And there's
I've
another.
got it.
Eh?
I've got it. Lady Killer. Lavender Hill Mob.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And there's another
James
one.
James Boxer.
Yeah, and there's another one with Peter Sellers, Dennis Price.
Oh yeah.
It's all to do with this gossip mag, which prints stories of celebrities and their shenanigans. But what he does is he blackmails them. If they pay, if they pay up, the stories don't appear in the magazine. If they do pay up, don't pay up, then they do. Oh, and Carlton Brown of FO, that's another one. It's quite a good one. Lavender Hill Mob, of course. How could I have missed that one? And don't forget, we've got to look forward to The House of the Long Shadows.
Oh.
Because I tell you now, as I said to you before, there's some really good films and full films now available on YouTube. Really good ones. And that's where I watched Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires with Newcastle After Dark. Which oh yeah, I wish we could do something like that.
This film stars Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee.
Yeah, it's good. I like them. They're on for like say 2 minutes at the beginning, and they said this film really shouldn't work. It's strange. It's you got Peter Cushing reprising his role as Van Helsing. You got Robin Stewart, who was in the Haunted House of Terror, which is in the Tygon box set, with Richard O'Sullivan's in that as well, and George Sewell. It's not a horror film, but it is good. It's like a whodunit or who's done them, but it is good. And it's like a strange mix of like kung fu and vampires. It shouldn't work, but it does. Enjoy. But as I said to you before, the trend now with YouTube is if it's not bad enough, you've got adverts before and after. You've now got pissing adverts in between. And it ruins it. I think it's psychological warfare to try and make you pay for the YouTube Premium so that you don't have those pissing adverts every 6 minutes. But I now have the uncut version, the practical uncut version of The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires, which is 2 minutes longer than the standard version. 2 minutes. Which I think is probably largely will be the kung fu scenes. Probably trimmed off. But I got that thinking that you had the bastard. And then you go, oh no, I ain't got it. I'm thinking, oh, fuck's sake. I said, I hope it's alright.
What's that?
Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires.
Nah, I got it's on YouTube.
Yeah, well, I've got the uncut version, which is an extra 2 minutes. I know it's on YouTube, so that I found at least 3 or 4 full versions of it. But one of them happened to be Newcastle After Dark. And I thought, well, it's a bit of a bugger that we've got the chatting, but much respect to the Newcastle After Dark team. They are very informative. They have a passion like me and you have about these films. Right, before I go, at some point, I know we've still got at least a month yet. The booze situation, obviously that we know that Henry is kind of a standard price. At Tesco's and Asda, it's $4.29 for 500 mils. Hobgoblin is £4 for the same thing, which is one I'm pretty sure I preferred can here. And my last. If we're lucky, I'm not saying it'll happen, but let's say the 10 packs come down, special offer of £8, then that would make it a viable option. The only thing is with the bourbon side of it. If you bring a shot glass, 2 shot glasses, then a couple of cheeky shots wouldn't do any harm. It won't really tip the balance, will it? A couple of like cheeky shots.
Just space them out over 2 hours.
Yeah, but they're only like shots. I mean, it's probably a tenth of what I sup in a bloody glass. So it's only like a little shot glass, but spaced out with like your teas and your coffees and that. Pardon me. Right, Mom Brav, I think this is time where we terminate the conversation. It's, yeah, 2:05.
Bake run.
No.